Now let's look at another example, King Solomon. Now King Solomon is a person who literally had everything that every man could ever desire. He had wealth. He was the wealthiest man to ever exist. He had power. He had it all. He had 850 wives ready and available at any time, at any point. I'm not saying it because it's good, but it was the reality. He had power. He had fame. He had money. He had wealth. He had many women. Him having many women caused him to fall, because Solomon had weakness for foreign women. That's why he had 850 wives. So those wives of his, they slowly start to drag him away from the presence of God. And how they did it is that they try to introduce him to these false gods. So Solomon started to offer offerings to these false gods instead of offering to God. So slowly, Solomon started to depart from the presence of the Lord. He totally flayed away from the presence of the Lord because he fell into lust. His wife introduced him to these false gods and lured him by lust. So Solomon fell. Matter of fact, Solomon had one of the most great downfalls in the Bible, from having everything which God has given him wisdom, the direct wisdom, but he still fell. So these are the two people who had the glory had God given them, but they fell because of lust, because they try to fight it by themselves. Now the second one is Joseph. We all know Joseph was the ruler of Egypt. Okay, so when he became the ruler of Egypt, Potiphar's wife wanted to sleep with him. Matter of fact, she chased him day and night and always tried to drag him into bed for him to sleep with her. Joseph was very persistent in hiding himself from her, in running away from her, so that he wouldn't fall into lust. He knew that if he tried to fight it, he knew that he was going to fall. So always he hid himself from her. Eventually, Potiphar's wife stopped, and Joseph won over lust. Instead of staying there and fighting it, he fled away. This is the key thing that I want you to understand from this entire thing. Joseph ran away. The Bible tells us that to flee away from lust, because lust is not something that you try to fight, but flee from. Because every time you try to fight it like Samson and King Solomon, you're gonna lose. You're gonna have your downfall. So always let us learn from Joseph to flee from lust. And that's how you defeat the traps of lust. Flee from it. As soon as you get the idea even of lust, flee from that. And where do you flee to? To the presence of the Lord. To flee and be in prayer, be in communication with God. And that is how you win over lust. So I hope this message finds you well. And until next time, God bless.